Have you ever wondered what happens when nobody is online to help the villagers? What kinds of silly situations they might find themselves in without a player around to keep them safe? Well, wonder no more, my friend, for today we go on an adventure to find out. Come join me as we peek in on some of the hilarious moments that unfold when these pixelated folks are left to their own devices. I think you'll find their antics both amusing and endearing. Now, what sort of predicament awaits us around the first bend? It seems this poor soul is trapped inside their own abode. In their haste to get inside before nightfall, they didn't notice the door swinging shut behind them. Now they shuffle and grunt, trying desperately to squeeze past the wooden barrier without success. Will they be able to free themselves, or will hunger and phantoms be the end of them? Let's watch and find out. A quarrel has broken out, it seems. These two normally peaceful individuals have both laid claim to the same stockpile of wheat. They shake fists and exchange sternly worded grumbles, neither willing to back down. How will they resolve this dispute without a player to mediate? One testily snatches the wheat from the other's grasp, but ends up scattering it everywhere in the process. Now neither gets the prize, and they storm off in opposite directions. No doubt to pout until calmer heads prevail. The silly squabbles we all experience from time to time. Heads up, folks, we've got an emergency situation unfolding. That villager streaking across the field with wings on their sandals is being hotly pursued by a wolf. Did they accidentally hit the wolf during a clumsy harvesting attempt, or is our canine friend just feeling playful? Whatever the cause, the poor villager is in a panic. Will they find an escape, or become this wolf's next meal? Let's watch the nail-biting chase to its conclusion. Oh no, it seems the night's monsters have emerged while an unfortunate villager was still outdoors. They scramble away in terror from the lumbering zombie, but its shambling gait is gaining. The villager bolts in erratic directions, dodging snapping jaws by a hair. But where can they seek shelter when all doors remain barred? Have we stumbled upon a tragic end, or is there still hope for our new friend? Their desperate cries carry on the breeze. I worry we may witness the end of this story unless a miracle should strike. Well, would you look at that? It seems our village friends have noticed our invisible presence hovering amongst them. They wave and gesture excitedly, no doubt thrilled to have spectators for their lively hijinks. Though none can see or hear us, do you get the feeling our company has somehow lifted all their spirits? I believe relations between player and pixel would deepen if we made more efforts to understand each other. For now, let us enjoy the show and cheers of this cheerful community. What endearing escapades shall we discover if we linger just a while longer? It seems our pumpkin farming friends have run into a rather strange situation. They intently examine the leafy vines growing across the patch, heads tilted quizzically. But try as they might, they cannot fathom how these strange orange orbs came to be. One touches an experimental finger to the ribbed skin of a pumpkin, quickly snatching it back in surprise. The other shakes their head doubtfully, muttering something about needing to lay off the fermented carrots. How intriguing that even simple activities can bewilder without a player's guidance and example. I'm sure with time and experimentation, they'll solve this pumpkin mystery on their own. Oh dear. It appears one of our more curious villagers has seriously underestimated the size of their noggin. They grunt and flail their arms in a panic, the wooden pickets now immovably clamped around their head. Nearby friends rush over in concern, trying various ineffective methods to free their trapped comrade. One attempts tugging from both ends, another pushes from behind, while a third simply hovers with a look of dismay. Will they devise a strategy in time? Or will the poor soul be forevermore known as Fencehead? I have faith community and compassion will lead them to triumph over even the oddest of obstacles.
Have you ever wondered what lurks deep in the forests of Minecraft? What challenges might await those brave enough to venture off the beaten path? Today I found something that will make you think twice about exploring alone. I was walking home as the sun hung low in the sky, looking for any useful materials I may have missed earlier. That's when I heard a strange sound in the distance, like nothing I had heard before. My curiosity got the best of me, and I followed the noise into the gathering gloom. The deeper I went, the denser the trees became. The sunlight was now just a faint glow between the leaves high above. It was then that I saw it, two piercing eyes staring back at me from the darkness. I froze, too afraid to move, as an unearthly howl cut through the silence. Whatever was in these woods with me, it was enormous, and not at all friendly. I turned and ran, the pounding of enormous footsteps closing in behind me. I knew I had to get away, to warn others of what slumbered in the forest depths. But would I make it in time? And if I did escape this beast, would I ever feel safe exploring the wilds of Minecraft again? Tune in to find out if I survive my encounter with this mysterious, menacing monster. I pushed my exhausted body to its limits, leaping over fallen logs and ducking under low-hanging branches as the sounds of pursuit grew ever closer. I dared not look back for fear of what might be gaining on me in the gloom. Suddenly, the forest opened up onto a cliff edge bathed in moonlight. I skidded to a stop, heart in my throat, as I realized I had run out of options and come face to face with my pursuer. Slowly I turned. Towering above the tree line stood a hulking, humanoid beast, its leathery skin blending into the night. Two glowing orbs for eyes locked onto me as it opened its massive maw and let out an ear-splitting roar that shook the treetops. I was trapped between a monster and a 100-foot drop. What would you do? There's only one way to find out. Keep watching to see if I survive. As the beast stalked closer, I stared death in the eyes and did the only thing I could. I prayed for a miracle. Little did I know that deep in the forest below, my call for help would be answered by an unexpected ally. Just when it seemed my end had come, an answering cry rang out through the woods. I turned just in time to see a blast of icy breath fly past me and crash into the creature. Could it be the Prominence himself has come to my aid? Join me next time to find out.
Have you ever watched the sunrise and wondered what lied beyond those distant horizons? Today, I'm going to show you a shader pack that will take the wonders over those horizons and bring them into your Minecraft world. Stunning landscapes as far as the eye can see await with the Distant Horizons shader pack. When I first installed Distant Horizons, I booted up my world and was stunned by the natural beauty that surrounded my character. Gone were the fuzzy textures that typically mark the borders of generated terrain. Instead, rolling hills, deep forests, and snow-capped peaks stretched endlessly into the distance. It was like I was standing on a hill overlooking a landscape that could truly go on forever. Distant Horizons brings the weather dramatically to life as well. One minute, the sky may be clear for miles. The next, dark clouds are rolling in, and a summer rain is falling softly over the lands below. I've even stood at a distance watching lightning flash amidst storms that coated the distant mountains. The vivid skies really draw you into the world. My favorite thing to do is find a high vantage point as the sun sinks low on the horizon, setting the sky ablaze in brilliant colors. With Distant Horizons enabled, sunsets don't end at the render distance. The glowing sky stretches as far as the eye can see, outlining farms, forests, and structures with a golden glow as darkness falls. It's truly magical to watch the sun descend behind those endless horizons. One of my favorite things to do at night is simply gaze out over the landscape, taking in the scale that the Distant Horizons shaders provide. With vanilla Minecraft, the world seems to end abruptly in the darkness beyond the light of your torches. But with this shader pack active, the endless landscape is brought to life even after night has fallen. I've lost track of the hours I've spent mesmerized by the shimmering stars above the black silhouettes of distant mountains and forests under the moonlight. On rare nights, when the weather turns bitterly cold, I'll sometimes wake to find the sky awash in color. Shimmering curtains of green and purple light play out among the stars, their glow reflecting off the fresh snow settling over the icy landscape. It's hard not to feel incredibly small, yet comforted gazing upon vast natural wonders like the auroras revealed by Distant Horizons. The scale of the world and the beauty of the northern lights draw you into a sense of calm. My favorite thing is to start each day witnessing the shift from night to day across the endless horizons. On foggy mornings, as pale light begins to illuminate the eastern sky, I'll watch the mist slowly lift and dissolve from the lowlands while the high country remains shrouded above. It's so relaxing to be immersed in the changing natural beauty of a new day breaking across the landscape. Distant Horizons helps you feel truly transported, like this infinite world could go on, regardless of whether you bear witness to its grandeur.